Hey guys, it's Chris at Highline Guitars. You're watching another one of my YouTube guitar building videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you'll enjoy this video and might consider subscribing, because subscribing is free and it really helps a small creator like myself. What I wanted to talk about in today's video is, well, for those of you who do subscribe, you might have seen a couple of my YouTube Shorts videos where I have talked about using a 3D printer to create or to print 3D parts for my guitars, specifically pickup rings and pickup bobbins. I'm also considering, or was considering, printing knobs and tuner buttons, because with a machine like this I can actually do that. However, I've decided to reconsider that strategy. And the reason for that, well, there's actually a couple of reasons for this. First of all, most of the parts that I make are fairly standard off-the-shelf parts. And it doesn't really make sense to 3D print those. I can purchase them for fairly cheap. You know, bobbins for a humbucker cost less than $2 each. Pickup rings, you know, $7, $8 each. So it doesn't really make sense to tie up a printer for a couple of hours to print a bobbin when I can purchase one. And I'm never really in such a big hurry that I need to have it the same day. I can usually order it and wait, you know, 3-4 days or a week or whatever. So I've decided that it really doesn't make sense to make the parts with a 3D printer. It seemed like a great idea at the beginning, but the more I did testing and experimentation, the more I realized, nah, it's just not the best use of the machine. However, that doesn't mean I'm going to step away from it completely. I may revisit 3D printing at some point down the road, because there are occasions when it would make sense. For example, if I was making a guitar that had a non-standard string spread, I could make my own bobbins to accommodate whatever that string spread might be. You know, let's say I was making a 7 or an 8 string multi-scale guitar and couldn't find bobbins that were going to work for the pickups. I could just 3D print them myself. That's when it makes sense. Same thing with like the rings, or let's say I wanted to make a really cool looking knobs or tuner buttons or a jack plate, or, you know, any other component on the guitar that might require total customization. The 3D printer would definitely make sense to do that. But since most of the parts I'm using at the moment are fairly standard off-the-shelf parts, it doesn't make sense. Another example of why 3D printing might be useful in making guitar parts is different colors. A lot of the resins are available in a wide variety of different colors. So I could experiment with clear purple bobbins, or you know, solid red, yellow, orange, whatever. There's a wide variety of different colors. However, as I've learned while experimenting with this 3D printer, these different resins can have different, or can require different settings in order for them to work properly. As a result, you tend to burn through a lot of resin trying to figure out the perfect settings to print a part. And that can really take up a lot of time, unfortunately. And there's a lot of different types of resins on the market. You've got your standard resins, you've got your water washable resins, ABS-like resins, nylon-like resins. The list goes on. And each one of those different types of resins requires different settings. And not only do the different types of resins require different settings, but different manufacturers require different settings. So you may have 2 or 3 different manufacturers making water washable resins, but each one is going to have slightly different requirements as far as the settings. And when you look at the settings that are that you can tweak for these printers, it's a wide variety of different settings, and trying to troubleshoot your tests to figure out why a print went wrong and what you need to change in order for it to work correctly can be really challenging. So I don't really want to invest a lot of time in doing that at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the printer, which by the way is in the process of printing right now, for more of my hobby side projects. No, I'm not making Warhammer miniatures or anything like that, but I do a lot of other 3D product type printing. So I'll probably stick to that just on the side and stick to purchasing off the shelf components wherever possible for my guitar. So I hope you found this video to be useful, and maybe it will inspire you to think about using a 3D printer, because having that ability would give you, as a guitar builder and maybe one who is thinking of starting your own business, it would give you a leg up on the competition, possibly. So until the next episode, as always, take care, stay safe, hit the thumbs up button, be sure to click subscribe. Visit eguitarplans.com, purchase a plan if you'd like to help support the channel with a little bit of financial help. You can also visit my merch shelf down below the description and purchase t-shirts, as well as the same plans that I sell on my eGuitar Plans website. So until the next episode, I hope you'll be back, and we'll continue this journey with building guitars.